Hi guys, finally the wait is over and we are here with our Andaman vlog. Now we are going to cover this whole vlog, entire trip in three videos like you guys voted for. Now the first place which we covered was Port Blair, which is the only city in Andaman Islands. And if you wish to go to any island, you have to first come to the city because this city only has the airport. And then you have to take ferries to go to other islands. So we took a hopping flight. There is no direct flight from Delhi, so we took a hopping flight. We first reached Kolkata. There was a halt of 1 hour, and then we reached Port Blair in the morning around 8. And they are very strict about your COVID negative report. You must carry your COVID negative report because they check it everywhere, every resort, hotel, restaurant, ferry, wherever you go, they're going to check your negative report. So after the entire checking and everything, we came out of the airport around 9 and we reached Coven Cove beach, which is a very famous tourist spot in Port Blair and is luckily just opposite to our resort. So we were staying at Peerless Resort, which is a pretty famous property in Port Blair. It's a very famous resort, and we thought of checking in, but we reached really early. We reached around 9:30, while the check-in time is 11 o'clock. So we thought of trying our luck if they allow us to check in a little early, considering it was Holi that day. So we had very less hope, but we thought of checking if they can allow us a little early to check in. So once we reached there, their hospitality staff came, they took our luggage, they sanitized everything, they checked our temperatures. They are very particular about COVID negative reports, so they checked our COVID negative report, they checked our temperature and everything. And because it was Holi, the guests were still there, so we decided to go to the beach and spend some time over there. So we headed to the beach. It's a very beautiful and a calm beach, really serene. It was so beautiful, and you guys can see there is police everywhere to ensure that people follow COVID guidelines and also to maintain security. So you guys can see the mask is a mandatory requirement over here. So yeah, I mean, just look at this view. Isn't this so beautiful and so calm? And that thing you can see is a Japanese bunker. So Port Blair was under Japanese during the World War II. They had taken over Andamans, and this beach is famous for having a Japanese bunker as well from the World War II. And otherwise also Port Blair has a lot of historical significance, which we'll be discussing in the video. Of course, we'll be talking about it later, but for now, just see how beautiful the beach was. It was so calm. The weather is not very warm, it is sultry because it's a beach place, but there is always a cool breeze, which is which you can feel all the time, and the water is really relaxing. And especially a vacation after one whole year was so relaxing. It was really needed break. So yeah, I mean, we enjoyed there for around 1.5 hours. We walked in the water, and it was just an amazing feeling. And then after spending around 1.5 here, we thought of walking back to our resort, which is like hardly 2 to 3 minutes. It was just opposite the beach. So we walked back to the resort, and we thought now, since it was around 11, we will be allowed to check in. So yeah, we went back to the resort, and also let's give you a tour of the resort as well, because we really love the property. One thing that it was really green, beautiful and lush. And the another part was their hospitality was really good. The service was really very much on time and very punctual. So yeah, and also they maintained proper hygiene, and also all COVID measures were taken care of. So that's how our resort looked. So let's get inside the resort and see how it is. So the staff took our luggage, we checked in, and we were, after our whole temperature checking and everything, we were taken to our rooms. And this is their in-house restaurant as well, where you can get buffet and a la carte food as well. And yeah, so after we had our welcome drink and everything, we started to our room. We were taken to our room. And so this was the route to our room. I mean, see, so much of greenery, so lush and so green. It was really beautiful. Hello.
Remove the mask.
Hi. Come. And then we entered our room. We loved the way they had kept the rooms. They were so neat and so tidy. And they also sanitized the rooms all over again in front of us to ensure us that, you know, they're taking care of all COVID measures. And this was our balcony. I mean, just look at the view. It was so breathtaking. It was a break from our monotonous life which we had been leading for 1 year. So yeah, we rested there for some time and then we got ready and headed out. We had to go to the cellular jail, but since it was 2:30, Sophie first decided to have lunch. And on the way, our driver showed us on the other side is the Ross Island, which is also the Navy base and was also the military base of the Britishers when Andaman was under the British. We had asked our driver to take us to some authentic place for lunch, and he took us to this authentic and very famous restaurant for seafood, and it's called the New Lighthouse Restaurant. And of course, Deepak was very excited to have seafood. He loves seafood, so he tried their local fish curry, and me being a vegetarian had some veg options. I picked up a soup and some fried rice, keeping it safe, you know. But they did had a very exhaustive menu. They had quite a lot of options, starters and soup and whatnot. So the food came, we had the food tasted really well. We enjoyed our meal and we were really hungry. So yeah, we enjoyed our meal, and Deepak really enjoyed the fish curry and the rice. He said it did had a very nice taste, and he enjoyed the food. And we had our meal, and then we headed to the cellular jail. So that is where you get the entry for a cellular jail. You have to buy the tickets. Then we headed to cellular jail, which has a very strong historical importance. Now this jail took around 10 years to be made, and it was made after the 1857 mutiny to keep all the political prisoners or the people who were revolting against the British government. Now this peepal tree is apparently said to be the tree which has always been there from the starting, and when you see the light and sound show also, it is this peepal tree which is telling the atrocities which our freedom fighters had to face during the British era when they were kept in this Kala Pani jail or the cellular jail. And it is told in the voice of Om Puri. Now telling a little about the cellular jail. Now cellular jail has been made in the form of Penoption by Jeremy Bentham, which means there are 7 wings, and each wing is connected to the center, and the entrance of each wing opens to the back side of the other wing, so the inmates will never know who is there in the cell. They would never know who's there. So that is why the Veer Savarkar and his brother both were in the jail, but for 2 years they had no idea that both the brothers were in the same jail. And there are around 696 cells and 3 floors. Now there are only 3 wings left. 4 have been demolished, or they broke because of earthquake and everything. And this is the punishment which was being given to the prisoners if they refused to do the jobs which they were supposed to do. And it was really brutal to read about it or to know about it. And some of the famous inmates of this jail were, of course, Veer Savarkar, everyone knows, and then there was Batukeshwar Dutt, Mahavir Singh, and many more such. Apparently there were more than 80,000 political prisoners in this jail, and very few could survive till the end. It was tortured in real sense. So now let's go inside the cell and see how the jail was, and how the inmates were kept. So usually in each cell there was only one inmate who was kept, and they didn't know who all other people were there in each cell, but the wing person or the jailer could keep a watch on all the prisoners. So this is how big one cell was. So that is where they lived, and they were being tortured, and yeah, this is really sad. And they the latches were made in such a way that they could never open the locks, even though the jailer would put the keys inside. Also, the prisoners could not open because the latches were in the side. You can see these places, that's where the latch was, it was inside, so their hands could never reach. So now we are heading towards Veer Savarkar's cell, which is on the second floor, and this is where Veer Savarkar's cell was. So this is how big his cell was. He was only staying in this small cell for so many years, and he managed to survive and escape and come out. So yeah, and there this is when you go there, you do get those goosebumps after reading these stories, after seeing the photographs, reading so much our freedom fighters had to go through for our freedom. And then there is a small museum also over there. You can see the photos of how the people were treated, and the base of the British our military or the army, how people used to live in that era, or the houses and their base and everything. And then in 1939 Japan took over Andamans, and then finally in 1945 Andamans was the first independent piece of India, which was again later captured by British. And then finally in 1979 the government declared Cellular Jail as a national memorial, and now there are no prisoners in the jail. It's a place where you can come visit and see the atrocities faced by our freedom fighters to get freedom for our country. You finish the entire tour of Cellular Jail in around 1.5 hours. So around 5 o'clock we moved to Veer Savarkar Park, which is just opposite to the jail, and we had some snacks. We were hungry, and then we saw the lights show. Now you cannot film the show because it's not allowed, so we didn't film the show, but that's how the jail looks from outside after the show is over. And then we headed back to our resort, and this is just 7:30, and it gets really dark by 5:36 in Andaman. So it's just 7:30, but it looks like it's already 9:30, 10. And then we went to our room, we relaxed for some time, and then around 8:39 we came down to the restaurant and we had their buffet dinner. They had quite a lot of spread, so we had a good meal. And then after having the entire dinner, we walked out for some time. The view was really nice, and then finally we went back to our room because we had a cruise in the morning because the cruise was at 8 o'clock for Havelock Island, but it is just like the airport. You have to reach there 1.5 hours before. You do a proper check-in. They check your COVID negative report, your temperature, then they check all your luggage. So it takes around 1.5 hours. So we had to leave the place by 6 in the morning. And yes, over here they do not give you breakfast at 6, even if buffet is a part of your resort or hotel. They will only pack some food for you, and which will mostly be bread, butter or bread jam if you're a veg, and bread omelette if you are a non-vegetarian. So yeah, and then morning we took our bread butter and we headed towards the port, from where we took the Macruz cruise to head to Havelock Islands. Also, if you guys don't know, the Havelock Islands name has been changed to Swaraj Deep now, and we are all set to go to Swaraj Deep, and that's how our cruise looked. we had booked deluxe seats for ourselves. Now they have three variants. It is premium, deluxe and royal. Now the premium one is for 1500 per person, deluxe is 2000 per person, and royal comes for around 25 per person, and they're very limited seats and you barely get it. So yeah, so our cruise started at 8 in the morning and it took us around 1.5 hours to reach. And there's a small canteen or a tuck shop kind of a thing on the cruise itself, where you can get coffee or Maggie, some biscuits, and you can get slight snacks. And also they play soft music all throughout, and the view is nice. It's a closed cruise, it's not an open cruise, so you can see through the windows. And it was very smooth and it was a good feel. And also, if you're worried about washroom and all, yes, they do have very clean washroom as well. And it was a very good journey. And you guys can see our luggage is there behind with their staff. And the speed was really fast, but it didn't feel it was at such a fast speed. It felt like, if you've ever been in Shatabdi, how Shatabdi feels is exactly you feel, but with the more beautiful sea view. And that was a wrap at Port Blair, and our next destination was Swaraj Deep or Havelock Islands. So stay tuned for that, and do let us know what you guys think about this vlog, and comment and let us know. And are you excited for the next one?